The children's shadows. The farm had been abandoned for years, but when Lily and Ben's parents bought it, they saw it as an opportunity for a fresh start. The farmhouse was large, with plenty of space for the children to run, and the land stretched out as far as the eye could see. It was a perfect retreat for a family looking to escape city life. But as soon as they moved in, something felt off. Lily, the youngest, began to speak about the shadow people she saw in the corners of her room. She described them as tall, dark figures with glowing red eyes that followed her movements. At first, her parents thought it was just an overactive imagination, but then Ben started to see them too. He'd wake up in the middle of the night, his eyes wide with fear, muttering about the shadows that were watching him. As the days passed, the family began to notice strange things happening around the house. Furniture would be shifted overnight, lights would flicker, and cold gusts of wind would sweep through the rooms, despite the windows being shut. But it was the children's behavior that was the most alarming. Lily became withdrawn, her once lively personality turning cold and distant. Ben, too, seemed to grow quieter, more fearful, and both children began to speak in a strange, guttural voice, unlike their own. Desperate, the parents delved into the history of the farm. The house had once belonged to a family of farmers who had mysteriously disappeared over a century ago. According to local lore, they had been involved in a dark ritual, attempting to summon a powerful spirit to grant them eternal life. The ritual had gone horribly wrong, and instead of gaining immortality, the family had unleashed an ancient curse that trapped their souls in the house forever. The shadows Lily and Ben saw were the trapped spirits of the children who had been sacrificed in the ritual. The spirits, now hungry and vengeful, had latched onto Lily and Ben, slowly taking control of their bodies. As the shadows grew stronger, the family realized they had no choice but to break the curse. But the spirits were not going to let them go without a fight. In the dead of night, the parents watched in horror as the children, now fully possessed, began chanting in unison, summoning the dark force they had once tried to escape. The family's only hope lay in confronting the shadows and finding a way to send the spirits back to the dark realm from which they had come. But time was running out, and the shadows were closing in, ready to claim their next victims.